The distress beacon left our dying world on the coldest night anyone could remember. We didn't expect an answer. We certainly didn't expect what came next. My name is Vrel, and I'm what you'd call a civilian administrator on Kethara Prime, which sounds important until you realize it mostly means I fill out forms while our planet falls apart. When the earthquake started 3 cycles ago, we knew we were finished. Our star was dying, our core was cooling, and our technology? Let's just say we peaked about 2,000 years ago and have been coasting ever since. So we did what any desperate species would do. We sent out a call to anyone listening. We need shelter. We need help. We're dying. 47 species responded with their condolences. Very touching. Really warmed our slowly freezing hearts. 48 species stayed silent. And then there were the humans. Coordinates received, their message said, Vliet en route. Hang tai. Hang tai. What did that even mean? Our language banks translated it as something between remain suspended and don't panic. Neither seemed particularly helpful when your world is literally crumbling beneath your feet. The fleet arrived 6 days later. 6 days. Our nearest neighbor was 3 weeks away at maximum speed. Either humans had broken every known law of physics, or they'd been uncomfortably close to begin with. I didn't know which possibility scared me more. Captain Diana Okafor was the first to materialize in our council chamber via hologram. She was tall, dark-skinned, and had the kind of smile that made you wonder if she knew something you didn't. Spoiler alert, she absolutely did. Counselor Vrel, she said, pronouncing my name perfectly on the first try, which literally no one ever does. We received your request for shelter. Yes, Captain. We have approximately 11,000 survivors who need immediate evacuation. Our vessels can only support life for another 3 weeks, maybe 4 if we reduce rations again, but honestly, morale is already so low that I found someone crying into their recycled protein paste yesterday. So, we're not evacuating you, she interrupted. The council chamber went silent. Elder Prin's head tendrils actually stopped moving, which only happens when he's either dead or seriously confused. I'm sorry, I said slowly. Did you just travel across the galaxy to tell us no? Because we have 47 other species who already did that via email, and it used significantly less fuel. Captain Okafor's smile widened. We're not evacuating you, because we're not leaving. Commander Marcus Webb is already planetside with the construction teams. Yuki Tanaka is analyzing your geological instability. And Lieutenant Sofia Ramirez is, well, she's handling the explosive situation. The what situation? Your planet's core is cooling because your mantle has developed fractures that are venting heat into space. It's like leaving your oven door open. The earthquakes are a symptom, not the problem. We know this already. Our scientists explained it before they gave up and started drinking. Right, but here's the thing. She leaned forward, and I swear her eyes sparkled with something between genius and insanity. Your scientists told you it was wrong. They didn't tell you how to fix it. Because it can't be fixed. Elder Prin finally found his voice. We need to leave before. Before nothing. Another voice cut in, and a second hologram appeared. This one belonged to a woman with jet black hair, pulled into a severe bun and glasses that reflected data I couldn't read. Tanaka, géological science. Your planet can be saved. It'll just require some aggressive remodeling. Remodeling, I repeated flatly. Think of it as planetary surgery. Commander Webb's voice joined in, his hologram materializing next to the others. He was built like someone who ate mountains for breakfast. We're going to seal the mantle fractures, restart your core rotation, and stabilize the crust. Should take about 8 months. 8 months. They said it like they were describing a kitchen renovation, not literally rebuilding a planet's internal structure. That's impossible, I said. So is faster than light travel until we figured it out, Captain Okafor replied. So is curing death until we mostly figured that out too. Humans have a very flexible relationship with the word impossible. But the cost alone, already allocated. Earth's Disaster Relief Fund covers this sort of thing. Plus, we've been looking for a good test case for the new core drilling equipment. Your planet volunteered. We didn't volunteer for anything. We asked for evacuation. You asked for help. Her expression softened slightly. We're helping. Just, the human way. That's when the first explosion happened. The council chamber shook, alarms blared, and I was absolutely certain the humans had decided to put us out of our misery early. Relax. Lieutenant Ramirez's voice crackled through our communication system before her hologram even fully formed. She had paint smudges on her face and was holding what looked like a detonator. That was a control blast. We just sealed fracture line 7 Alpha. 17 more to go. 17 more explosions? I think I actually whimpered. Give or take. Depends on how the substrate responds. We might need 20, might only need 12. It's more art than science at this point. She grinned like someone who genuinely enjoyed blowing things up for a living. Don't worry. We evacuated everyone within the blast radius. Mostly. Mostly? There was this one guy who refused to leave his garden. Said his vegetables were almost ready to harvest. We had to physically carry him out. He bit Commander Webb. Webb's hologram rubbed his arm ruefully. Still worth it. Those were some impressive vegetables. Over the next 3 days, I watched humanity do what humanity apparently does best. They arrived like a natural disaster and immediately started fixing our actual natural disaster. Construction teams, thousands of them, materialized across the planet's surface. They brought machines I couldn't even begin to understand, devices that hummed with power that made our technology look like we'd been banging rocks together. Tanaka set up her laboratory in what used to be our primary research facility, which she declared charmingly outdated before filling it with equipment that probably cost more than our entire planetary budget. She worked 18-hour shifts, stopped only when her assistants physically forced food into her hands, and muttered things like fascinating density variations while our world continued shaking itself apart. The explosions became routine. Every 6 hours, Lieutenant Ramirez would cheerfully announce another controlled detonation. The ground would shake, and we'd all hold our breath until her voice confirmed everything went according to plan. She missed exactly once, when Blast 14 came in a little hot and created a new valley where there used to be a hill. Oops, was her entire official report, adding it to the geological survey. You're welcome for the new water drainage system. Commander Webb became a permanent fixture on the surface, coordinating construction crews that worked around the clock. They drilled, they built, they installed massive thermal regulators that looked like metal flowers blooming across our landscape. When I asked what they were for, he explained they would help redistribute heat once the core rotation restarted. Think of them as planetary pacemakers, he said, which did not make me feel better about having our world's survival dependent on mechanical flowers. Captain Okafor visited the council daily, updating us on progress with the kind of calm confidence that suggested saving dying worlds was just another Tuesday for her. Maybe it was. I was afraid to ask how many planets they'd done this to before. By week 5, something remarkable happened. The earthquakes started decreasing. Not stopping, but becoming less frequent, less violent. Our seismologists, who had emerged from their drinking stupor out of sheer curiosity, confirmed the mantle fractures were sealing. It's actually working, Elder Prin whispered during one council session, his head tendrils trembling with emotion. Of course it's working, Captain Okafor replied through the hologram. We're humans. We once looked at the vacuum of space and decided it needed footprints. Your little planetary crisis is, respectfully, not that complicated. By month 7, Dr. Tanaka announced the core rotation had increased by 40%. The thermal regulators were functioning perfectly. The fractures were sealed. Our world was stabilizing. One more month, she declared, looking exhausted and triumphant. Then we start the final phase and withdraw our equipment. Your planet will be self-sustaining again. I found Captain Okafor's hologram that evening in the observation deck, where I'd been watching human ships orbit our world like protective guardian angels. Why? I asked simply. 47 species offered sympathy. You offered salvation. Why go this far? She was quiet for a moment, her expression thoughtful. You asked for shelter. But here's the thing about humans. We've been refugees before. We've been desperate before. We've stood on dying worlds and looked up at the stars hoping anyone would answer. She met my eyes. Nobody came for us. We had to save ourselves. Learn to save ourselves. Get really, insanely good at saving ourselves. So this is what? Cosmic payback. This is what you do when you can help and someone needs help. You help. Simple as that. She smiled that knowing smile again. Besides, we like you Ketharans. Anyone who sends a distress call that polite deserves a planet that doesn't explode. 8 months after the humans arrived, Captain Okafor stood in our council chamber in person for the first time. No hologram. The earthquakes had stopped completely. Our core was rotating normally. Our star was still dying, but Dr. Tanaka had left us designs for solar collectors that would buy us another 10,000 years minimum. Your world is stable, Okafor announced. We'll leave a monitoring station and support staff for the next year, just to make sure everything holds. But Kethara Prime is saved. We asked the humans for shelter. They sent commanders who rebuilt our foundations. They sent builders who reconstructed our future. They sent bombers who literally exploded our problems into solutions. They sent hope wrapped in controlled detonations and impossible engineering. They sent humans. And somehow, against every logical expectation, that was exactly what we needed. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.